The following podcast is not affiliated with the developers who have created the games being reviewed. The reviews are solely the opinions of the hosts to be used to make an educated decision on what games to download and play.
Hello gamers and welcome to Budget Arcade, a free-to-play gaming podcast to help you navigate through the growing realm of free-to-play games. I'm Scott.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Elliot.
And welcome to episode number 56. Just to recap, we play a free-to-play game every other week and then we rate and review it. Elliot, what was this week's game?
We played Dragon Quest of the Stars. I think it's made by Square Enix, but I couldn't find an official...
It's probably published by them.
It is published by them, but I don't know if they made it. I couldn't find that information, which is kind of crazy because this game came out in Japan on October 15th of 2015. It came out on September 30th. They announced that it would be getting an international release. And then in October 30th of 2019, it was in beta until just recently. And then was officially released for the Western world on February 25th of 2020. So new to us, old to everybody else.
They've had it for 5 whole years before we even get it.
Yeah,
Rude.
but Dragon Quest shuts down Japan. It's their big game.
I love... Are either of you guys big Dragon Quest guys? I'm a huge Dragon Quest guy, personally.
I mean, I like the originals on the NES, but I haven't really played any after that.
Man, Dragon Quest 7? Ooh.
Well, I played 5 on the DS a little bit.
5's a good one, too.
I played 4 a little bit, and
Did not play 4.
And I picked up, is it not 6, but which is the Fragments of the Forgotten Past or something like that? Is the 3DS one?
Yeah, it's a 3DS one.
Yeah, I got that one. I have this like love-hate relationship with JRPGs where I want to like them, like I try, but I just always end up quitting.
Loved 7, which again, it was called Dragon Warrior back in the day. Dragon Warrior 7 was like 4 discs on PlayStation, man. It was glorious. Dragon Quest 9 was really good. I think that's the Sentinel.
I have that one.
That's a
DS
very
one.
good one. Yeah, I think that's 9. And then I have the new one, which is phenomenal, too. I've actually owned the new one in several different formats.
I've been tempted to get the new one because it looks amazing, but I know myself, and I'm not
it's good.
Finish
the
it.
combat's very good. It's a big game, though, too. It's a lot of game. But it's might be arguably the best example of a modern JRPG, if you ask me.
Animation on the enemies and stuff looks so great.
It is. It's. I really like it. I can't say enough good things. So I obviously, I'm already like into this game just based on the looks alone.
But I will point out how we're not in a hurry to actually talk about this game,
which should say a lot because this game is just like every phone game. So Tony, if you liked Final Fantasy Invictus, this is right up your alley, my dude.
Gameplay.
Now, to be fair, though, at least in Final Fantasy, you could turn off the auto-attacking. Whereas this one, I didn't find a way to. Did you?
No, you can't turn off. You can't turn off that. You can only control the special moves in this.
Right. So,
and even then, you can pay to turn that on auto as well.
Oh, you can pay to not play. What a feature!
Yes, you can.
Yes, you have to pay to play that,
not
to
play.
Get that. Yeah.
Good. So this is an RPG-ish game where you have a party of 3 and you have an overworld that you explore in air quotes, and you go from place to place. And then
Definitely
you battle
not open world
Dragon Quest monsters, and you're playing as Dragon Quest characters from throughout the series. Graphically, I like the look of this game. It looks like a Dragon Quest game.
Yes,
they're very appealing
very
graphics.
Much.
Yeah,
it's kind of a linear overworld exploration.
Kind of a linear overworld. Yeah, it's the straight up definition of linear. You have zero choice.
There's different islands, and I'm wondering if like later on, because some of the islands were like specifically for events.
Yeah.
So I think maybe like later on, as you get further in the game, you can
some of
probably
the
go
multiplayer
specifically
stuff
to
is
those
like
islands.
in some of those places, but it's extremely linear.
Yeah. I mean, the storyline is definitely just linear.
I don't even want to talk about the story.
Go here,
because
go
the
here.
story is hot garbage here.
Oh, no, I started skipping it probably not even
Minutes
like halfway through playing it.
Well, so how much time did you guys devote to this game?
Several hours. I played a good bit of it. Like, because I took Tony's advice from Exvius that at least try. So I tried, even though it had the auto battle, which actually the auto battling this didn't bother me as much because you didn't have the option. And you might say that's weird, but the fact is like, okay, that's not part of the gameplay. The gameplay is waiting for these things to load and choosing when to use them, which is still not great. But so there's something about the overall Dragon Quest aesthetic that takes me through the game and allows me to play it longer because it has all of these assets that have been proven to be classic over decades. And so it benefits from that. Because if this were just any other random trash RPG,
would have been done.
Because it doesn't really have much to offer other than the Dragon Quest aesthetic.
Now, I'm going to go against what you said there because you don't even get to really choose when you use your special move, because half the time when you get to a boss, if you want to get all the achievements for clearing the level, you have to defeat the boss using your special moves, like repeatedly one right after the other. And so half the time it was charged by the time you got up to the boss, and that was the only time you could use it.
Yeah, it plays itself a lot, and I agree with Jeff where the aesthetic really is the only thing that kept me in this game. I go to the gym 5 or 6 days a week these days, and I played for about a half hour, 20 minutes every time I went to the gym for the last like 2.5 weeks. I started playing this game the moment you texted us about it. So I would think I probably got the furthest, and it felt very repetitive pretty quickly to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, full disclosure, I played more of the game that I had originally said last week, or last episode, than I played this game. I did play this game, but not near as much as I played the other game.
There's not much here with gameplay. It's very straightforward. You basically walk around a combat and then encounters happen. Even the dungeon crawling aspect is super bare bones here. There's no actual dungeon crawling. It's all just like a walking simulator with random battles and then a boss battle at the end.
Oh, don't forget the random pots that are through the dungeons that you have to click on to
I stopped
break
that
open
too,
and get those items.
Too.
Yeah, I mean, half the time I played this, it was while I was making dinner, because I could just set my phone next to the stove and be like, oh, now I need to activate my special move to beat this boss. Okay, now I need to activate the levels to play it. Yeah, it was... To call this a game is...
There's an overworld that you can kind of like gather material through every like couple of hours that cycles through that you can use for other things.
Oh yeah, you gotta collect your sparks.
Yeah, but it's, again, nothing... It's not, like, engaging. There's no mechanics there. I don't know what else to say about gameplay. There's just not much to it.
There really isn't anything else. I mean, that pretty much covers it.
I mean, Elliot, did you get far enough to unlock multiplayer and some of the events? Okay,
I did,
anything
but I didn't.
Different with that?
I didn't do any of it because I just every time I was like, oh, I'll do that, I just didn't have enough time or just spaced it. So it didn't really hold a lot of interest for me. I did read about it online a little bit, but it doesn't seem... there is a lot to the game, and I think there's a lot to beat this game would take forever because, again, they've been for 5 years putting out content for it. So there's a lot here to see, I guess.
Paywall.
You could purchase these gems in the game. You could also... I think there was something else you could purchase too.
Yeah, there's two.
I'm blanking on what it was.
I'll tell you here in a second. I'll load it up.
Yeah. Now, the gems you did earn throughout the gameplay as well, so you didn't have to purchase them if you didn't want to, but obviously, some people are going to purchase it because this game does have a gacha-style system, but it's not characters that you get the gacha from. It's actually the equipment for your characters, your weapons, your armors, your accessories. That's all in the gacha system to be able to outfit your characters with anything meaningful.
Yeah, and out of the box, the game does give you a lot of those crates. At least it did me. And it gave me some of those gems. And if I remember correctly, you can actually get that premium gem currency through gameplay. It's not exclusively behind a paywall, which is nice. I always approve of that.
Just from logging in, you get a lot of stuff daily.
Mm-hmm. And so what you buy boxes, and the more boxes you buy, isn't it like if you get a box of 10, you're guaranteed to get like a legendary
5-star item.
Yeah.
And that was every time you just save up enough, like 3,000 gems. And you
was it 3,000 or 3,600 or something like that? Yeah.
So it takes the looting part of RPGs out of the gameplay and puts it in this gacha system. So you're not going to run through a dungeon and find a really cool sword to equip to your warrior. You're going to only get that by opening these boxes.
And you do get one free roll a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But you don't get it through gameplay or exploration or battling monsters. You only get it through this thing, which to me kind of takes away from it being that sort of JRPG.
And you kind of customize your character through the gear, like the classes, whatever kind of class. Like if you want your one character to be a healer, you give them the kind of gear that a healer would use, you know.
Yeah, because the weapons actually have some of the abilities on them.
Yes.
Replayability.
So like Elliot was saying, there is 5 years of updates in this game, so there is plenty there to do. I mean, I don't really want to call it replayability because, again, you're not really playing the game. Would you guys agree?
Replayability with this is a hard thing to say. You're not replaying anything. You could probably redo some of the multiplayer stuff with other people multiple times, but there's not really much replayability here, which is fine. You know, it's. I don't think that's a bad thing, not having any replayability here.
Were you guys ever defeated on a battle?
Never.
No.
Neither was I. I wonder if that's even possible in this game.
I'm sure it is.
You probably hit a paywall, I would think.
Some of those bosses towards the latter part of my week this week did get a little tricky, where I was definitely like giving myself food that boosted certain things, or I was having to heal. Where in the beginning I had all three of my characters on like offense, and then towards the end I definitely had a healer.
Actually, I take that back. I did die one time, but it wasn't part of the storyline. It was something separate. It was the so you know you're given keys throughout the game. Whenever like your daily logins and stuff, you get like different types of keys, and then there's dungeons with those keys. So I used one of those keys to do one of the dungeons, and obviously my characters weren't up to the level of that dungeon, so I got destroyed on that. That was the only time I died, though.
Do you remember what happened? Did you have to like?
So when your characters die, a little gravestone pops up on that character, and so once all your characters are dead, you basically lose on that one. And I think when you die that time, your stamina does not go back up. I think
that's the thing we didn't even talk about at all was the stamina bar, but like it also is not a thing. It was never an issue.
No, it's not. No, it was never an issue.
I never came close to running out of stamina, ever.
I mean, for the most part, when I played, it was only for maybe 30 minutes, and I would run like 3 or 4 different zones as I'm playing through the campaign, and I don't think I ever even dipped below halfway through.
I never did either. So
yeah, that is not a thing. I mean, you could easily play this game without using stamina. Yeah, maybe like as you get to the later levels, it costs more stamina per level. But, I mean that's the only thing I can think of.
I played for 3 weeks, like every day almost, and I didn't come close to needing that stamina filled back up.
Yeah, I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else you want to say about it?
No, again, I think this is another one of those, like, if it wasn't Dragon Quest, I would have not put nearly as much time into it, so.
Yeah, it's basically Brave Exvius again, to me.
It is.
As someone who barely played that game, that's what it felt like, but it's another one of those games that makes me sick of mobile games, and it's one of those games that give mobile games a bad name.
I mean, I felt I was playing Brave Exvius more than this game, to be honest with you. Like, there was more autonomy to be able to do more things within that game.
Autonomy.
Autonomy.
Not
Not
onomatopoeia.
Anonymity.
An enemy.
Unique
Yeah, okay.
New York.
You ever had an enema?
Never.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore. I can't even do
Rubber
that one.
baby buggy bumpers.
Toy boat.
Judgment.
At the end of each episode, we decide if the game deserves our seal, which is our general thumbs up or thumbs down, needs a 2/3 vote to be approved. What do you say, Jeff?
I'm gonna say Turtle Suppository on this one. It's a big thumbs down.
My
Alright, how
thumbs
about you,
down.
Elliot?
My thumbs down isn't as. I was trying to be proactive. My thumbs down isn't as big as Jeff's is. I don't hate this game, but I don't like this game. It's pretty mediocre. I think it's a little better than Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and that's probably because I like the aesthetic more. But that's about it for me. So, I don't know. I don't think it's really worth your time at all. Definitely not worth your money.
Yeah, that's going to be a thumbs down for me as well. I would say play Brave Exvius over this game, but, the aesthetic is, what Elliot likes, but I think the gameplay was better on the other game, and I know Tony would agree.
Maybe
so
he
this
might
game
not.
is
Has he
not.
played this, Tony? Have you?
I don't know. I mean, he didn't leave any commentary. Nobody did this week.
I don't blame him.
Everybody's playing the next game we're going to be playing.
Oh, it's good.
What
and
is
they're
our
all going
next
to leave
game?
commentary on
It's
that.
so good.
Our next game is going to be Call of Duty Warzone, which was just released this past week.
It's very good. Thumbs up. Gets my seal of approval.
We don't even need to record in 2
I don't have to record in 2 weeks. Now I've given my review. You know how I feel about the game. It's great.
Yeah, but there's more to talk about than that.
Is there?
So please tune in. Please don't.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't listen to Jeff.
To each
He's
his
going to
own.
give it a thumbs down and 5 stars.
Yes.
We want to thank everybody for joining us. Wherever you listen, we ask that you would leave us a favorable review and don't forget to subscribe.
Also, you can follow us on all the social medias. Facebook is facebook.com/budgetarcade. Twitter and Instagram at budgetarcade. Also, check out the website, www.budgetarcade.com. Scott, do you have any new articles up?
Yes, I did an article
Groundbreaking.
last week. I'll do another one probably next week. I got a couple other games that I need to type up reviews on. You can join our Discord, which has been popping lately. We've actually had a couple new people go
Like
into our
it's
Discord,
hot.
and
It's hot.
it's been, yes, it's lit,
Boy.
Spicy.
as the kids say these days.
Hot. That would be Nomic. He's there. He's new there. Of course,
Yeah.
Tony. And then we got
Yep.
Desert Fury. He's
Tony,
hanging
yeah.
out with us. And, of course, Lincoln.
No one.
Lincoln's always
yeah,
hanging around.
Lincoln. Yeah, with his memes.
Hot,
Lincoln's probably going to
spicy-
make fun of me for saying lit.
Spicy hot.
Yeah, he
memes.
is, as he should.
Yeah. Well done, Lincoln.
Yeah, but you can join the Discord from our show notes or also our webpage. You can purchase any of our merchandise from the show notes or the webpage as well. Music is provided by Stimmage. You can download his music at metroidmetal.com, and game on.
Real thick episode, boys.